Now the object starts. Consider this Bahuvri Samasa. Again it begins. How should this meditation be done? It depends everything upon the qualities. Is this a meditation of qualitative Brahman or a non-qualitative Brahman? If it is a Bahuvri Samasa, then it will be a non-qualitative Brahman. You accept Bahuvri Samasa everywhere, Bahuvri compound everywhere. They will do a non-qualitative Brahman. Just like I ask you to bring, come on, go and bring Chitragu. Means what? A person who possesses different types of colored cows. At that time, will the cows come along with him? No. The person will come, the cows will not come. That means the quality by which you identify the person is left back. And it is not included in the action of bringing. Similarly here, in the meditation, those qualities should not be included. By which we are identifying that Brahman. If it is Bahuvri Samasa like Rajapurusha Manaya, Chitragum Manaya, if we are accepting Bahuvri Samasa like that only, Atat Guna Samigyan, it's called as what? Atat Guna Samigyan Bahuvri Samasa. Then only we can have the meditation non-qualitative Brahman. So according to the Bahuvri Samasa, the compound that you are accepting up to now, it seems to be the meditation of a non-qualitative Nirguna Brahma Dhyana. Then why are you saying here, Itaha Pretya Bisamvitasmi? If you are meditating on non-qualitative Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, then you should have brought here, Sadhya Mukti should be there. They were seeing to this statement, having known the meaning of this statement, Itaha Pretya Abhisamvitasmi, it seems that you cannot take Bahuvri Samasa, Atatguna Bahuvri Samasa. Either then you will have to take Tadguna Bahuvri Samasa only. Then it will be a qualitative Brahman meditation which can give you the successive liberation only. So what has to be taken? That has to be decided. For the object starts. Manomaya ityadina jayanebhya loke vityantena yathokta guna lakshana ishvara dhyaya natu tad guna vishishta eva. You see. Manomaya ityadina. Up to this last, jayanebhya ityadi. Up to there, loke vityantena. All this mantra, everywhere you are accepting Bahuvri Samasa. Ityantena yathokta guna lakshana ishvarodeya. That God is to be meditated on as characterized by the qualities mentioned before. Natu tadguna vishishtaha, but not as actually possessed of those qualities. He is not possessed of those qualities actually. That is, you cannot take the qualitative Brahman. You are just characterizing that Brahman only. You are qualifying the Brahman or characterizing the Brahman. There is a lot of difference in this. Visheshana and Upadhi. There is a lot of difference in that. If it is a Visheshana, then that particular quality is possessed by the thing. If it is a Upadhi, it is not necessary that quality be possessed by the thing. Just like in Rakta Spatikaha, there the Raktam is what? Upadhi. And that color, that quality is not possessed by the crystal. So if you want to take here like this, then you have to accept it as Upadhi only. That means you have to characterize the Brahman by these Upadhis, by adjuncts, Mana, etc., etc. Or you want to state that Brahman possesses this actually. Just like the Neela Kamalam. In that lotus, the color is existing. That is what Visheshana. That is quality. So what you want to take here? Do you want to characterize Brahman or you want to qualify Brahman? What do you want to do? He is asking. But for his decision is what? He says, I am going to characterize Brahman. I don't want to qualify Brahman. He is taking this meditation as Nirguna Brahma Dhyana, not Saguna Brahma Dhyana. And Bhashikara says no. This is Saguna Brahma Dhyana only. Because the result of it, Pretya Visamvita, after death you are going to attain. You are not getting here only. If it cannot be Nirguna Brahma Dhyana. The Bhashya cannot refute his decision now. He is giving examples also, supporting यथा राजपुरुषन्मानय चित्रगुण वाइत्युक्ते न विशेषणस्यापि आनयने व्याप्रियते. You see, all those qualities by which you are identifying the person, it does not come along, does not become the objects of bringing the action which you are called as anaya. Anaya means what? Bring. In that bringing action, the action of bringing, these qualities are not as objects. Raja Purushammanaya Yatha means just as these statements, in these statements you are seeing, what you are seeing there, he says, when somebody says, go and bring the king's man or the man who possesses cows with variegated colors, what's going to happen then? You go, you identify the person by the qualifying things. Those qualifying things, Visheshanasya, na apya Visheshanasyapi anene na vyapriyate. The qualifying things do not become the objects of that particular action called bringing. Tadvad, similarly, ihapi, praptam. Similarly, here also it is possible somebody can take this decision that it may be concluded here also that the Brahman which we are going to meditate is not possessing any of these qualities. By these we are going to just characterizing to identify that Brahman. That's all. Through these I am identifying Brahman, but I am not qualifying Brahman. Tan nivrityartham. Now Siddhanti. Up here is Purupaksha. Ataha. Therefore, somebody may apprehend like this. Therefore, for tan nivrityartham, to preclude these things, to refute this, that sarvakarma ityadi punarvachanam. That's why the mantra started again, the same statement, sarvakarma, sarvakava, sarvagandha, all these words are brought once again, repeated, just to refute the misapprehension of somebody. To be taking here, atadguna samvijnana bahuri samasa. Tasmat, hence, what is the decision then? Manomayatvadi guna vishishtayeva ishvaro deha. Therefore, we have to meditate that God, the Supreme Self, to be possessed of all these qualities which were stated by Manomaya Mityadi by that mantra. Ataiva, for this reason only, Shashta Saptamayoriva, Tattamasyi, Atmavidam Saramiti, Naya Swarajya Vishinchati. You see the result also. Therefore, what is the result of this meditation? It is not like that which is stated in 6th and 7th and 8th chapters. There what it says, Tattvamasi, and there what it says, Aita Pretya. After dying you are going to attain something. Atayeva Shashta Saptamayo Riva. Tattvamasya Atmavidam Saramiti na iha. You see? Atayeva, as it is there, it is not here. As it does in 6th and 7th, the Vedic text, the Upanishad, as it does in 6th and 7th chapter, by stating Tattvamasi is 687, Atmavidam Sarvam 725-2. The result stated here is not to establish Swarajya na abhishinchati. Here, in the present meditation, the result being stated by the Upanishad is very clear that it is not establishing the meditator in that absolute Brahman. Swarajya na abhishinchati. But what is being stated here? Esham Atma, Etad Brahma, Etamita Pretya Visamidasmiti Linga. Because of this indicative text, it states very clearly that he is not going to identify with Brahman living alive over here only, but he is going to attain that Brahman, identify himself with that Brahman after death, after departing from this body. Because of this indicative text, we can decide that Natu Atma Shabdena Pratyagatma Uchyate. By the word here Atma, you cannot take the innermost absolute self at all. It's only Jivatma. This one meaning given by Bhashyakara. And the other, why you are stating this? On what the basis? On what grounds you are telling that Atma means not Pratyagatma, not the absolute innermost self? It's because you are stating Mama, Esha Me Atma means Esha Mama Atma. Myself you are telling. It's not, mine is not the absolute. There's a relation. The word which shows the relation between one thing and another thing is being used here, Mama. Not in the absolute, it cannot be so. It's the sixth case. Mama iti shashtyaha. There is the sixth case. Sambandhartha pratyayakatva. Showing some relationship. It is the that case which shows certain relationship between two things. Etam abhisambhitasmi cha. And the latter part also it said, Etam abhisambhitasmi. I am going to attain in future. It's abhisambhavita. Bhavita is related to laga. Related is in bhavishya, in future. Karma kartritva nirdeshat. Etam is karma. Aham abhisambhita asmi is karta. The karta karma bheda is there. The subject and object difference is being separated and stated here very clearly. Subject is the meditator and object is the Brahman, which is going to attain after death. Therefore, because of subject and object are shown separately, etam asmi. Even because of this also is very clear that here it cannot be the meditation non-qualitative Brahman, it should be the meditation of a qualitative Brahman only. Nanu shashtepi atha sampatseti sasampate kalantaritvam darshyati. The Purvapaksha, the objector is asking, you told, it is not just like in 6th and 7th chapter I stated. There is direct identification, not successively going into some loka, getting identified with Brahman. It's not like that. Here it is pretya abhisambhavita, is it not? After death, you will go from here, attain the Brahma loka, there you will get identified with Brahman. This is krama mukti. And you told in the 6th and 7th chapter it is Sadyamukti, but the objector says, even in 6th chapter actually, there is no Sadyamukti. Because there also what you are telling, Atha Sampatsya is the mantra. Shashteapi, in the 6th chapter also, the mantra there was Atha Sampatsya. What is the meaning of that? Sat Sampatte hai Kalantaritatvam Darshayati. So, therefore, there also it is showing the identification with Brahma is going to happen with a lot, in a later time. Kalantaratam is a later time, after a big gap of time. That means to say, indirectly, after death only, as it is here. So it is a fact that even in the 6th chapter, then I shall attain. Atha sampatsya. Then I shall attain. Then means when? After death. This is what the Purvapaksha wants to the meaning. So after death, I shall attain Brahman. This is there also in the 6th chapter. Iti sat sampatte. Due to this statement, it is very clear the attainment of self, even 6th chapter is stated to be attained within a later time or with a gap, with an interval. That is after death. Iti chet no. Iti chet no. Bhashyakara says no. There this sentence has a different sense in it. Atha sampatsya. It is not speaking of krama mukti, but there it is speaking of videha mukti. A person has attained jivan mukti, and when he is going to attain the videha mukti? After death only. Because due to the prarabdha karma, the body is existing. This mantra there, it's in the 6th chapter, is mentioning only the existence of the body. There was arabdha sanskara shesha sthityartha paratvat, he says. Arabdha sanskara shesha. It is meant to show that the body continues to live as long as the past actions which have started to give the results are not going to get exhausted. Arabdha karma shesha. That means what? Karma is there. Some karmas are left over still. Which are those who have already started to give their results. We are speaking of those past actions only, not of the sanchita karma that deposit past actions. Arabdha karma, prarabdha. Arabdha is prarabdha. That they have started to give the results. And due to those past actions, this body is continuing to exist. Until they are not exhausted, this body is not going to die. The absolute identification with Brahman, 100% is possible only after the body expires. Therefore, that person who is existing in that body, even though he has experienced Brahmanam, Brahmasmi, Brahmavivavati has become, but still, due to this karma shesha, he is existing in that body, in that upadhi. And all the vyavahara, and after that moment itself is called as Bhada Samaraka Vyavahara. He knows that I am Brahman, this is the body which is going on acting. Indriyadi Indriyeshu Vartante. He knows that. Then they say, Na kalantritarthatha. You see, this statement does not mean that for the separation of time, for the difference in terms of the gap of time, it does not mention that. For liberation there is gap. Interval of time is there in between. It's not like between knowledge and liberation, there is no gap at all of time. The moment you have realized, experienced yourself according to the Vedantic operation of Brahma knowledge, that moment you are liberated. And this statement only says about the Arabdha Sanskara Shesha, due to which the body is existing, and the body exists only until that those past karmas are not exhausted. And this mantra therefore does not mention anywhere about the liberation which is to be taken in a later time. Anyatha, otherwise, even if you take in this 6th chapter also, successive liberation only, kramamukti only, then tattvamasityettasya arthasya bhada prasanga. The meaning of the great sentence, tattvamasi, will be nullified. That cannot be accepted. Yadyapi atmashabdasya pratigarthatvam sarvam khalvidam brahma iti cha prakritam. Because yadyapi atmashabdasya pratigarthatvam. Now it's the other way. First he said, the meaning of atmashabda atma is not pratyagatma, the innermost atma. And now Bhashakara says, even if you accept, yadyapi, even though you want to accept here, the word atma means pratyagatma, the innermost self. And also, sarvam kavalam brahma iti ja prakritam. And the subject under consideration here is also what? Stating everything is Brahman. Eshamatma antardaya etad brahma iti uchyate. And also in the last portion of this part, what was the mantra stated? Etad brahma. Eshama atma. This is actually myself. This which is such, manomaya bhasha prana sharira bharupa ityadi sarva karma, sarva gandha, sarva rasa, sarva abhivyato, all these qualifications of which Brahman you are speaking, that is nothing else, myself. And that which is myself is what? Is etad Brahma. Where is that Brahman which I am experiencing? Antarhridaye, inside my heart. These are the last statement, the conclusion. Ityuchyate. Yadyapi ityuchyate. Even though all this is what we are considering, what is the topic under consideration is in this way, but still tathapi antardhanam ishad aparityajaiva, without eliminating even a trace of difference. Etam atmanamito asmacharirat. Because here the mantra is saying very clearly, etam ita pretya asamvividasmi. Itaha pretya means what? Having gone out of this body, having departing from this body, I am going to attain that Brahman in future. Abhisambhavitasmi it is telling. Etam atmanvito asmat charirat pretya abhisambhavitasmi ityuktam. The statement is made so. Therefore, it is very clear, here it is not immediate or direct liberation, but here it is successive liberation. And in the 6th chapter that is mentioned, due to the statement Tattvamasi, etc., it is very clear, there it is immediate liberation itself, direct liberation. Ityuktam. Now the Shandilya statement, Yathakrita rupasya apana pratipattasmiti. Yasyevam vidasya. A person possessed of such a knowledge that I am going to attain that thing which is in accordance to my own conviction. Yathakrita rupasya atmana pratipatta. In accordance with my conviction, I shall be attaining the self itself. There is no doubt in it. Yes, evam vidha, a person is possessed of such a knowledge, syad bhavet, he will surely happen. What? Adha. Due to his true conviction. Satyam. Adha means satyam. Due to his true conviction. Evam syam aham pretya evam na syamiti nacha vichikitsa. And he has no doubt that after death I am going to become this, or I am not going to become this. In this way, there is no question of alternatives in front of him, and there is no doubt at all. He has decided very well, as and because my conviction is, I am that Brahman. If after death, even though I am not able to experience myself as absolute Brahman, being in this body, but surely due to my conviction, the strong conviction is there, certainty is there in it, and there is no doubt. Therefore, due to this true conviction, surely I will attain Brahmaloka. There I will become identified with Brahman and I will become Mukta. This guarantee is there for that person. Iti etasminnarthe, with regard to the result of his conviction, kratufala sambandhe sa tathaiva ishwar bhavam pratipadate. That person will surely attain that godliness in that very way he is thinking. There is no doubt in it. Who is giving this guarantee? Ityetadaha sma uktavan kila Shandilyo nama rishihi. The name of the Rishi was Shandilya. He stated this, declared this, that surely such a person who is meditating in this way, as stated here, Manomaya, Pranashara, Bharopa ityadi, Sarvakarma, Sarvagandha, Sarvarasa, etc., with all these things a person meditating and changes and shapes his conviction that Atma, Esha, Ma Atma, Antarhrudaye, Etad Brahma. This should be the conviction of the person. That's when our Swamiji, when he gives the Yoganidra lecture, I forgot to give that case, I told you I will give you. Hear that lecture, you will understand. And he makes the people do Yoganidra. He says, what should be the sankalpa of a human being? In Yoganidra, he says, you should do one sankalpa. Ek sankalp karna hai. और संकल्प ऐसा होना चाहिए, that संकल्प should be, that conviction should be of such, not for a temporal fruit, not to attain some loka, not to attain some money, not to some education, because all these are according to your karma. But what you want to attain actually, for what should be the resolution that a person has to resolve in his life is that I want to experience that Brahman. This is what he says. मैं उस ब्रह्म को अनुभव करना चाहता हूँ जिस ब्रह्मांड का निर्माता है. मैं उस ब्रह्म को अनुभव करना चाहता हूं जो सभी जीवों का आत्मा है. मैं उस आत्मा का अनुभव करना चाहता हूं जिस ब्रह्मांड का संचालन करने वाला है. मैं उस आत्मा का अनुभव करना चाहता हूं जिसमें सारा ब्रह्मांड का लय हो जाता है. मैं उस आत्मा का अनुभव करना चाहता हूं जिसे श्रुतियों ने कहा वो मुझसे भिन्न नहीं है. ये संकल्प करो. दिस इज व्हाट ही सेज. Step by step, in many statements he says, again and again repeats the convictions. And he says, 3 times repeat this before starting the Yoga Nidra. So, the conviction is more important than the practice that you're doing. A practice without a conviction. For example, you're riding a cycle and no goal at all. So where you will reach? You don't know. Because there's no goal. You're going riding. The road never ends anywhere. Leave to each other. Go on. It's just like game of snake and ladder. Get into this road, come from the other road, again come to the same place, going on. That's right. Therefore, you have to, some goal should be there, that I want to ride the cycle and reach this point. Then you will reach there. So without a conviction, just a practice is meaningless. So the main thing in all the Vedanta is that's why I told you in the very beginning, this Vidya, Shandilya Vidya, is very, very important. So this says very clearly, which I say all the time, Pancha Sakara. बस समझो तुम खुद क्या है, फिर संभलो अपने आप को. जब संभल जाओगे सुधरोगे. सुधरोगे कैसे? साधना से. So then sadhana will be effective. Any practice will be effective. First you have to understand what you are. Once you understand, now it's very told the Aitreya Upanishad what you are, what's happening with you. Once you know that, there will be vairagya. Then only you can control yourself. संभालना मतलब क्या? संयम. You have to controlling your senses, controlling your wishes, controlling your tongue, controlling everything. That control comes, once you have started to control, then you will change. And once the decision of change takes place, now what should I do? To what form I should change? Then you have to shape to get the change. This is what is the change and shape the conviction. And Shandilya says a person who has got this conviction that I am going to attain the result which is in accordance to my conviction. The person should know this first. And then he has to understand now what should be my conviction. Usually I can say, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want that. Always the list is there. This is my conviction. I will have to attain this. In Gita also says, idam asti, idam api me. I have got this. I don't have this. Come on, let me have this also. This is all the thing that in general, all people have this much only. This is their conviction. Now we have to change that. For that he says, then what should be the conviction? Eshamatma antaradaye etad brahma. This should be the conviction. And that conviction is stated in the Mahavakyas. Aham brahmasi, tatamasi, prajnanam anandam brahma, ayam atma brahma. So once this conviction is then according to that, to attain that conviction now, the practice comes. Practice is not only to attain the conviction, but to see that conviction will be very strong and firm. There will be no, again, any hankering coming in between and changing my conviction. Unchangeable conviction should happen. For that reason only the practice takes place. Sadhana. Then the sadhya will be siddha. You will attain the sadhya. Therefore, here is saying the Shandilya tells very clearly a person with such a conviction is surely going to attain it. Virabhyasa adartha. The repetition of Shandilya, aha Shandilya, Shandilya, is meant to honor this particular meditation and to respect that great saint who is giving this declaration. Now, after discussing this great meditation, again we will go back to Gayatri Brahma Vidya. Gayatri Vidya. Then, when you are at stage of the result of Gayatri Brahma, you told the tangible results. The second result as is you will attain a great heroic son in your family, in the lineage. Now the question arises, if I attain a heroic son also, who possesses all Vedic knowledge and every quality, good qualities are there, equal to Ishvara, but he is going to live only 10 or 12 years. What is use? Just like Markandeya, he was asked, his mother was asked, what you want? He said, a son of what quality? A Mahan ignorant, Mahan Ajnani, Mahamurkha, who is ready to live 100 years, or a great scholar with all qualities who can live only for 16 years. But she was very intelligent. She said, if he is actually a really intelligent person, then he can do certain meditations as praschita, water, tapasya and all. He can change his ayu to 16 to 100. Therefore she said, give me 16 years old, the great son. I don't want Mahamurkha 100 years son. And it happened. In not only 100 years, infinite years. He is Chiranjeevi. So, here also now we have to pray. Attaining a heroic son is okay, but he should lead a long life. then only I can become Rinamukta. Because if before his marriage, if he dies, what is the use of that father attaining such heroic son? You cannot become Rinamukti at all. For Rinamukti, that son should live at least 21 years. He has to marry. After that, he has to have a son. Before he attains the son, he should have all black hairs. Then he can become Agnihotra. Then he can take up all the karma of the father. In this way, he can become the Adhikari of Samprati Vidya, which was being discussed now. So, the father has to pray for the long life of the son. For that purpose now, the next meditation will start. Asyakule Viro Jayati Tuktam. In 3.13.6, in between this one part, 14th part was being discussed. In between. Now we're going back to that part. The 13th part is just told that Asyakule Viro Jayate. In his lineage or family, a great heroic son is going to take birth. Will take birth. It was said, Ituktam. It was said so there. Na virajana matram pitutranaya. But mere birth of a heroic son is not enough to save the father. Because the son saves the father from going into Pumbnam Naraka. Pumbnam Naraka Trayadeti Putra. Is what has been told. Therefore, how is he going to save? By taking over all the responsibilities of the father regarding the Veda, Karma and Loka. These are three things. Veda, Karma and Loka. These three responsibilities has been taken from the father by the son. If the son becomes eligible and that ability will be there for him, he can accept it, he can continue. Then only the father will become Rinamukta. It will become, all the debts will be cleared by the father, and the father can go into the higher worlds. And this is how the son can save the father. Just mere birth cannot save. Luckily, in both the Upanishads, the same topic almost is going on. Here also says, Virajana matram na pitutranaya bhavati. Tasmat putra manishishtyam lokam yahoho. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad said 1.5.17 in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is stated very well, Tasmat putram. Therefore, a person should wish an educated son. Anushishtam putram. Not only educated, but also lokyam putram ahu. Everybody wish to have a son who has got these two qualities. Number one, he should become Anushishta. The second, he should become Lokya. Anushishta means he should be able to be educated of the same lineage, of the same Vedas and all that. And Lokyam, that means he should be conducive in attaining the virtuous worlds. If he does not do the karma, then the father's path to the virtuous worlds will be blocked. Therefore, the son should be able to do virtuous karma. All the virtuous deeds, all the virtuous actions, rites enshrined or which has been enjoined by the Vedas for that particular Gotra and Brahmana and whatever, Kshatriya or Vaishya, whatever it is, according to his Varna and Ashrama. If the son does all that, then only that son is called as Lokyam. Because he is a Yogya Putra, because of him, the father can attain higher worlds. So the son is wished by the scholars is possessed of these two qualities, Anushishta and Lokya, educated and conducive for higher worlds. Iti Shrutintarat Ataha, and this is possible only when the son has a long life, not a short life. By the time he has attained the degree, if he dies off, what is the use? Samarthana sanskara. In olden days it was samar, nowadays you say degree. Nowadays it is samarthana sanskara. Once the samarthana sanskara is done, at that moment only if he is dying, then what is the use for the father? Because he has to come into marriage, he has to marry, he has to have a son and all, then only he will be able to take all the responsibilities of the father. Therefore he says, Ataha tadirgha ayushtam katham syad. So now the question arises, how that son is going to attain a long life? How he can have a long life? Ityevam martam. For this purpose, Kosha Vijnana Arambaha, a special meditation is being begun in which we are going to imagine this whole world as a great treasure, a kalasha, kosha. In the olden days, All the money was deposited in kosha only, ghada. In a pot-like thing, it would be silver or golden or whichever, but depending upon the person's ability, you would have a spot that they would cover the whole thing, put a hole, and every coin they put it in. And they're depositing. When it's full, they seal it up and dig it somewhere. This is how the people are keeping the treasure, saving the money and everything. And now this whole world is a treasure now. How the world is a treasure? What is the top of this pot? What is the top opening of this pot? What is the bottom of this pot? What is the internal space of this pot? What is within the pot? Everything has to be thought of well. This meditation helps us by thinking so, the whole world is a treasure, I am going to attain the treasure. Then if the Father has to attain this whole world as his treasure, not this world only, the whole universe as a treasure, then he should have a great son of a long life automatically. Because if the son has not a long life, he will not be able to do the karmas. And there is no Rina Mukti. Then he cannot get to the higher worlds. How he can attain the whole universe as a treasure? Therefore, if you meditate this universe as a treasure, to attain this treasure, automatically the gods has to bless your son a long life. Then only you will be able to attain it. This is how that is a tricky way actually. That's how you are making your son a long-lived son, so that you will be able to attain this great treasure of this whole universe. Kosha Vijnana Arambha. So why do not start this there only after 13th part? You should have kept this Kosha Vijnana as the 14th, and then you should have put the Shandilya Vidya as the 15th, Angra Upasana. Why did you not take it immediately over there? He said at that moment, immediately the Shruti thought we should give, because we are speaking of Gayatri Upadika Brahman. Gayatri Upadika Brahman. And now we want to speak Sarvopadika Brahman, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahman. Instead of speaking this, because when compared to the result of Shandilya Vidya, to the result of this Kosha Vijnana, what is this? This is nothing. Because that is giving you successful liberation itself. And this is helping you only to become Rinamukta through the long life of a son and attain higher worlds from where you have to return back. Comparing the results, knowingly, because it is Abhyarita Vijnana Vyasangat. Abhyarita, because of being concerned with a very honored meditation. Abhyarita means very highly honored. Pujyatama. The Pujyatama, very highly honored thing is called as Abhyarita in Sanskrit. And that meditation was a very highly honored meditation, the Shandilya Vidya, which is Anantram Meva. That is why Vyasangat, which was intervened in between, the Shruti remembered that particular meditation, which is very highly honored meditation, that intervened in between. Therefore, this meditation of the Kosha Vijnana, Anantrameva Noktam, this message was not mentioned or not enjoined immediately after the 13th part. Tat, therefore now, Idanimeva, now that meditation of this Kosha as a treasure is being started. The reason is the Shandilya Vidya was the most honored meditation, which was just greater than Gayatri Vidya. Gayatri Vidya is also not an ordinary Vidya, but greater than that, more honorable than that was Shandilya Vidya. Because when we discussed the Gayatri Vidya, Shruti remembered the most honorable Vidya, the Shandilya Vidya, and give that. We discussed that first. Then only, which is only a byproduct almost of Gayatri Vidya is what? To attain a son. Attaining a heroic son is just a secondary result, not even the primary result of that Vidya. It is secondary result only. Therefore, that secondary results, in that secondary result also, one thing is Kule Viro Jayati, the heroic son. And in relation to that result, we want to discuss this now for a long life. Therefore, this is not so much honorable or respectable when compared to Shandilya Vidya. Therefore, this Vidya was not discussed immediately after Gayatri Vidya, but has been taken up later. Antarikshodra kosha bhumi budhno na jiryati disho hiyasya sraktayo jaurasyottaram bilagun sayesh kosho vasudhana tasmin vishwamidigun shrutam. Antarikshodra kosha. This kosha, the treasure. The treasure is how? It has the intermediate space as its inner portion. Udara. Udara means what? The intermediate portion is the intermediate space. Bhumi Budhno. And it has this earth as its bottom. Budhno is the bottom of the pot. Na jiryate. But it never gets exhausted. This is a special treasure. This treasure never gets exhausted. That is, these worlds, the whole universe, never gets destroyed. Disho hi asya sraktaya. Its treasures, its sraktaya, means corners, are nothing but these directions only. These directions, the 8 directions, are just like the 8 corners of that pot. Dyaurasya uttaram bilam, and this heaven is the upper opening of this pot. Sayesha kosho vasudhana. That which is such treasure is vasudhana, is the vault for the results of actions. What is there inside it? The results of our own actions. Because this universe is nothing but the results of our own actions. There is whole treasure within and without. The whole thing is what? Is only our own actions. Therefore it says, this is Vasu. Vasu means our own actions. Dhana is the vault for the results of our actions. Tasmin Vishwamidam Shradam. In it, this whole universe is held. Ashradam. Shradam means, here you put Angam, sir, it means what? Ashradam. It is held in it.
Usually Vasu means wealth.
Yes. Well, what is the wealth? The action, the result of the action is the wealth of us. Whatever wealth we are possessing, whether it is in the monetary form or in the knowledge form, even that is a wealth. Knowledge is also wealth. This body is also wealth that we have attained due to our past karma. Everything is one form or the other form is wealth only. And all the forms of wealth are being attained by us due to our own actions. Therefore, all wealth is what? The result of our actions. The Vasudhana means, here we say, the vault for the result of the actions. Tasmin, in that treasure-like pot, this whole universe is held. Antariksham Mudram. Antash Sushiram. What is Antariksha? The intermediate space is the inner space itself. The inner whole-like space of a pot. Yes, so ayam antarikshodaraha kosha. Bauri samasa. Antariksham udaram yasya. That which possesses this intermediate space as the inner space of it, such a thing is called as antarikshodara. And what is that? It is the treasure, the kosha. How it turns this as a kosha? It's not even that shape also. He says, kosha eva. It seems to be like so. Why? Anek dharma sadrashat kosha. Because of it possessing of the various kinds of merits that you see in the external treasure that we have here. The merits of an external treasure, whatever we having, the same merits are almost existing in this universal treasure. How? He says, you see. What are the similarities? He will be telling the similarities later, before telling the Bhumi Budhna. They will take similarities. Such a Bhumi Budhna, Bhumi Budhno, Moolam Yasya. Bhumi Budhna means Bhumi, this earth is the Bhumi, Budhna means Moolam, means bottom, Yasya, of which that is called as Bhumi Budhna, this kosha. Na jiryati, na vinashyati. It will never get destroyed. Why? Because it is made up of the 3 words. And all these things will never get destroyed altogether. In one form or the other, they will be existing. And the span of these three worlds is what? Even that has been told. Sastriva kalavasthahi saha. For it lasts for a period of 1000 yugas. It has been stated. The universe span, the life of the universe span is, the lifespan of the universe is 1000 yugas. It's almost infinity only. Well, nobody can count living a life for all that period. That means to say infinitely long time. Acha. Disho hi asya sarvaha sraktah konaha. These corners of the treasure of the pot are nothing but as these directions. Dyaurasya koshasya uttaram urdham bilam. And this heaven is the upper opening of this treasure. Sayesha etokta guna kosha vasudhana. Sayesha, that which is such, possessed of the qualities that I will mention just now, that is spoken of, is actually vasudhana. What is meant by vasudhana? Vasu dhyate asmi. What is that vasu again? Praninam karmaphalakhyam. Praninam karmaphalakhyam vasu dhyate asmi. The results of the actions of all the creatures that is being deposited inside this treasure. Tasmin anta. Within such a treasure is this Vishwam Samastam Prani Karma Phalam. Again, Vishwa means he is bringing up the Prani Karma Phalam itself, the result of all the creatures' actions in one form or the other exists within this treasure. Not only the results, he says, Saha Tat Sadhanaihi, along with all the auxiliaries also. Idam Yad Grihiyate Pratyakshadi Pramanani. What are those auxiliaries? That which is perceived by direct perception, etc., etc. Inference, implication, so and so forth. Shrutam means ashrutam, sthitham ityartha, is held in this. Tasya prachitik juhur nama, sahamana nama dakshina, rajni nama pratichi, subhuta namodichi, तासां वायुर्वत्स सय एतम एवं वायुं दिशां वत्सं वेद न पुत्ररोधकं रोदिति स्वहं एतम एवं वायुं दिशां वत्सं वेद मा पुत्ररोधकं रुदम्. एष तस्य of that treasure Prachi Dik, the eastern direction, the name of the eastern side is Juhu, and the name of the southern side is Sahamana. The name of the western side is Rajhi. The name of the northern side is Subhuta. Of those directions, which are the different sides of this treasure, is being compared with the cow. And the calf is what? Tasam Vayu Vatsa. And of these directions, the air, the wind, is the sun, the calf. Sayetameva Vayum Vidisham Vatsamveda. He whosoever knows this Vayu, which is of that quality, that means it being the product of the directions. A person knows thus, for him, Naputrodam Roditi, he need not cry due to the loss of his son. Iti. So aham etam evam vayam disham vasamveda. As and because I also know that. So aham, a person who is telling this, he says, I who is so knows this vayum disham vasamveda, this air as the calf of the cow are called as directions. I know it. I meditate so. Therefore, ma putrodam rudam, may I not have to cry for the loss of a son. Bhashya. Tasyasya prachidik pragato bhago juhurnama juvati asyan dishi karmina prang mukaha. Tasyasya prachidik. Tasya asya prachidik. Tasyasya of that treasure, which is thought of as a pot-like treasure. Prachi dig, pragato bhaga, the side that is extending towards the eastern direction. Juhurnama is named as Juhu. Why? Juvati asyam dishi karminaha prangmakaha. Because the performers of rites, karmina means the performers of rites, always pour their oblations. Juvati asyam dishi, in this direction, means to say facing this direction. They don't put in the east. They don't put the oblation in the east. They put in the fire. Therefore, asyam dishi they are putting in the sense, they are facing the eastern directions, they pour the oblations in the fire. Therefore, says asyam dishi, the meaning of it speaks straight, prang mukaha santaha. Therefore, this disha, these directions, the side of this treasure, eastern side of the treasure, is called as Juhu. Because the means by which you pour the oblations is Juhu. Iti Juhur Nama. Sahamana Nama. The southern direction is called as Sahamana. Sahantyasyaam papakarma phalani yamapuryam praninaiti Sahamana Nama Dakshinadi. The southern side is called as Sahamana because in this direction is situated the Yamapuri, the world or the realm of death, God. There the creatures go and they experience all the results of their own sins. Papa karma phalani. Sahantyasya. They suffer actually. Not the experience. They suffer in that direction. All the results of their own sins or evil deeds or vicious deeds, you can say. Papa Garapalana. It is Sahamara Nama Dakshinadi. Tatha Rajji Nama Pratichi Paschima. Pratichi means Paschima, western dig. Rajni. The name of that side is called as Rajni. Why? Rajya Varunena Adhishtita Sandhya Raga Yoga Dva. The two reasons is given. Either because we presided over, that direction is presided over by the king called Varuna, or it is related with the evening glow of the sun. Sandhya Raga Yoga Raji. Subhuta Nama Bhutimadbir Ishwara Kuberadhir Adhishtitatvat Subhuta Nama Udichi. Bhutimadbihi. Bhutimadbihi means Ishwara Kuberadibihi. Why this? Which direction? Subhuta Udichi, north. Why this northern is called as Subhuta? Is in the reason. Because Bhutimadbihi. Bhuti is possessed of majesty. Vibhutimadbihi. Bhuti is Vibhutimadbihi. Who are they? Ishvara, Shiva, Kubera, etc. etc. And others are the presiding deities of this direction. Therefore, this direction's side is called the treasurer of the eastern northern side is called as Subhuta. Tasam Disham Vayu. Of these directions, Vayu, the air, the wind, is the Vatsa. Digjatpat Vayoha. Because Vayu takes its birth or comes into existence from the directions. Because from one or the other direction, the air will be flowing. That means to say, this is the meaning of it. Because without any direction, there will be no air or wind at all. Whenever we experience some air or wind, it is coming from one or the other direction. Therefore, it is a product of directions. Purovata itya darshanat. When before you have seen Purovata hinkaraha, etc. has been stated. Sayah kaschit putra dirgha jivitarthi. एवं यथोक्त गुणम वायुम दिशाम वत्सम अमृतम वेद स न पुत्रोदम पुत्र निमित्तम रोदन न रोदिति पुत्रो न म्रियते इत्यर्थः. स य कश्चित् whosoever who has an hankering for the long life of a son, putra dirgha jivitarthi, he is having he is an earthy, means he is hankering for what? For the long life of son. He whosoever saw, and he is meditating what? Yatoktam gunam vayu, with all the which has been just spoken of, the qualities of that particular air. Because you have to know first the directions. And because this air or the wind is the son of those directions, therefore yathokt guna means, even though we have not mentioned any quality of air or the wind here, but we have spoken of the direction of the mother. So the sun's quality is what? To know the mother itself is the sun's quality. Having known the mother, you should know the sun. If you know in this way only the sun, then your son also will attain long life. Because the sun of these directions, how? How is it? It has a long, long life. Because there is no air means no creatures at all in this world. That means to say, as long as this whole universe exists, air exists. And what is the lifespan of this universe? Just now we have discussed 1,000 yugas. There is always infinite time. The same will be with the sun. He will have his full-fledged time, it means to say. Complete 100 years. Yathogunam vayam disham vatsam amritam. That's why how you are meaning knowing it. Amritam. It is not going to die at all. It is immortal. It is all relative immortality you have to take, not absolute immortality. He who knows thus and meditates, sa na putrarodam, putramitam rodhanam naruditi. He need not cry due to the loss of his son. That means to say, his son will never die. Putronam riyate in front of him. Yateva vishishtam kosha dikvatsa vishayam vijnanam. As and because possessed of such a quality is this kosha, dik and vatsa vishayam vijnanam. The knowledge of three things is here. One, the treasure. Number two, the directions. And third, the son of the directions. As and because I possess that knowledge. Yataha is told, yataha ataha, so aham. As and the father is saying, as and because I have possessed that knowledge, therefore, putra jivitarthi. So who? Putra jivitarthi. A person is hankering for the long life of the son. Evam etam vayam disham vatsam veda jane. He who knows and meditates about this treasure, the directions, and the son of the direction, that is the wind. Ato ma putra rudam ma rudam putra marana nimittam. May I not cry due to the wail of the loss of a son. Putra rudam mama ma bhut ityartah.